Hi, St. Philip's. I hope you're having a good week. Last week, we highlighted the Paschal candle during the season of Easter and how we use it and why we use it in the church. And it reminded me that in the Easter season, we also use white, the color white, not only of the white Paschal candle, but the color white on our pulpit hangings, and our altar paraments are white in the season of Easter to remind us of the resurrection, the Holy Spirit. Dove is white. Easter lilies are white, so it reminds us of the new life at the resurrection. And we also use these hangings in the church at weddings, at confirmations, ordinations, and funerals, because it's a celebratory color, a color of the Holy Spirit. And those times, even funerals, as we mentioned last week with the Paschal candle, are moments that we are focusing on the resurrection. And then behind me, you also see some other colors. So at Pentecost, we use the color red. So in a few weeks, at the end of the season of Easter, we'll be celebrating the day when the Holy Spirit came on the disciples as flames of fire and helped them speak in tongues, and the church was born. So the Holy Spirit can also be represented by the color red and fire. And then after that, we move to the season after Pentecost, which is the color green, and that extends from the date of Pentecost in May or June, depending on the year, all the way through the spring, summer, and into the fall and early winter at the first season of Advent. It can be called ordinary time, also the green and growing season. So we use the color green. And then when we get to Advent, we use the color purple. Sometimes we might also see the color blue in Advent. Blue and purple were very expensive dyes in Jesus's time, and so only the expensive dyes were used for clothes for royalty. And since Jesus is a king, we use purple and blue to celebrate the very important seasons of Advent and Lent. So after Advent comes Christmas, and we use white again in Christmas, and then in the season of Epiphany, back to green, and then in Lent, purple, and then we come back to white in Easter. So you can always know what season of the church year we're in by looking at the liturgical colors, and keep an eye out in a few weeks when we will be using red for the day of Pentecost. So I hope you're having a good week, and I hope to see you on Sunday.